Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Champions video and another episode in the series, Top 5 Characters to Take 7-Star. This time, we're talking about Powerhouse Females. Now, before we get into the video, there's one thing in particular I want to talk about, something that happened in the last series, last video in the series that we did here, which was Top 5 Powerhouse Males. A commenter of mine, known as Showtime Keen, you might know the guy, has stated that Punk with everything, Zombie Punk with everything, can do $1 billion at 7-star. So, with that new information in mind, as I only put him at like 700 mil with everything, turns out I actually underpowered Punk, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, he is a lot better than I expected. So, if you have seen that list before, the top 5 was Jimmy, new Jimmy Uso. Second was Hulk Hogan with everything. Third, I put Psycho Clown. Fourth, I put Punk. And then fifth, I had Seth Visionary. Now with the list, I would definitely do Jimmy at number 1 still. However, number 2, I'm going to have CM Punk Zombie on there. Number 3 will be Hulk Hogan. Number 4 will be Psycho Clown. And number 5 will be Seth Visionary. So, shout out to him. Once again, thanks for helping out the community and the channel. As again, I try not to spread any misinformation, and in case I do, I obviously want to call myself out and make sure that that information is correct. So, obviously, thank you to him, and now we can get into the actual video. So, in case this is your first time watching one of these, there's a few things we need to go over. One, this is a subjective list. Your order might not be the same as my order. Obviously, the goal of these videos is to just give you information on side characters, and then for you to decide if it's best to take them up on your roster at 7-star bronze, and hopefully you don't regret those choices. That's my goal in these videos, is to just give you a bunch of information. Second, in case you watch this in the future, where there's more Powerhouse Females coming out, maybe there's one a few months from now that's really, really good. And what isn't in this video because they do not exist. So, in case you are from the future, the last Powerhouse Female that came out as of recording is Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, I think is what she's called. Powerhouse Rhea. You know the one. Rhea Ripley, Powerhouse. Alright, let's now get into the list. Now, also, in case you haven't seen this, I do the top 5, but before that, we do 2 honorable mentions. In no particular order, however, this one I actually do have an order for them. I do think one is probably better than the other. So the first one we're going to talk about for honorable mention is Stephanie McMahon, the Authority. Now, Steph is pretty viable, to be honest with you. However, my favorite build of hers is move damage, and obviously move damage doesn't really scale at a 7-star meta, especially if you're originally from a 6 gold meta, which she is. So this is my favorite build. The Snapmare increases red move by 70%. I believe this goes to 75 at gold. And the Hardcore opponent's class is Acrobat, deal damage, and do it again. So it just doubles down. Acrobats actually really struggle against her. Her slap gains 10 red, and if they generate a Juggernaut, we steal it and we make multi-strength 6, which is pretty good. $1 million slam, then we do damage. We swap a 1x7 random into green, then we do more damage and make 40 into botch. Obviously, I think this goes up even more. I like to run her with Roxanne and Balor, so this way you can hit the Snapmare slap and then Snapmare twice. Obviously, Blackman is a really good one, and I just have Hogan on here in case. Obviously, you could run just more remove like Visionary Seth or something. Would work as well. But she can do a lot of stuff plate-wise. I just have this on her just because it was a really simple belt. And a belt for her is actually a little hard to come by as she is a PG-era female. So if you do not have Kelly Kelly, though, she is a great character to have at least gold, maybe 7 if you think you need her that high, as PG era requirements in Big Feud is a thing. And Kelly, while I think is currently the best one, Stephanie is probably second. So, yeah, I'd say that. And again, plate-wise, I don't actually know what I would say is the best. I kind of, she makes botch, so you could like run MP minus and stuff, and then she'll always win. So she'd be like Visionary Seth, but move damage. So there's a few options she can do, but she is an honorable mention because she doesn't realistically scale quite that well at 7-star. My second honorable mention, which I do think is actually probably better than her, is going to be Abby the Witch, Nikki Cross. Nikki is really, really good. However, she does require some stuff, and in general, every other character that's on the list does just hit harder than her for the most part. So, but let's get into what she really, really likes. Now, I prefer this build. This is kind of my go-to on her right now. So, because this is just big multis. But yeah, currently this is my go-to. This is how I like to run her. For the most part, if you have Leo, that'd be good as well. But it makes a lot of multis. On top of this, if you have the moment, the YS6 moment, you get multi 4, black 50, road break 200. If you have this moment, you get multi 50 and then just gem 50. So, like, just helps her out a lot more. The belt that you would mainly run here, let's just take lives off. You can run either of these two. You can run a, rumble plates if you wanted to. Or, what I think a lot of people are starting to run on her is the Hugs and Kisses plate, which makes, whenever you make 6 or more road break, increase regen by 300. She can also be Steve Sticked as well. So that is another option for her. She is pretty good. She can do big damage. Again, though, the real only issue that I have with her is there's people that are just better than her, and you most likely have. So that's why Abby the Witch, Nikki Cross is an honorable mention, but she's still pretty freaking viable, and she does have good links. So good stuff. It's good. She's good, but there's just better. All right, now that we've got the honorable mentions away, let's do the top 5. Now, I like to start with the number 1, and then we go to number 5. So number 1, I really hope this comes to no one's surprise. It's Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator. How do I say this the best? She's the best character in the game, I'd say. Like, straight up, I think she's the best character in the game. Like, any male, any female compared to her, no. Rhea's the best in the game. Why? Let's talk about that. But she is kind of just in her own level. Now, the reason why is mainly because of this move right here. For Church Green, choose, I believe this goes up to choose 8 to make it black. Pimber will not move. So she can do a lot of infinite stuff. For instance, she can run this move, and then this big finisher, and this does a lot of damage very quickly. Or you can run triple green. It's just completely up to you. It's an infinite build. However, unlike Mutant Seth, who's a lot slower, she is not slower. She's going to be more guaranteed. She has really just true infinites for the most part. And she does a lot of damage very quickly. And she does pretty much infinite damage. So that's why she's kind of my number 1. Again, I think she's on a whole nother level compared to pretty much everyone in the game for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Vikingo. I love Jimmy. I mean, Danhausen just came out today. He looks fantastic as well. I think he does over 1 billion with one of his builds. But Rhea is pretty much going to always be meta relevant, and she can do just so much damage. It's not even fair. To the point where they literally changed how Pimbar doesn't move moves work now. As like beforehand, before she came out, If you put someone in danger, pin bar, the moves that did not move the pin bar would still not move the pin bar. And you can just keep going. However, they literally changed the entire mechanic that now that you are in danger, moves that don't move the pin bar now actually do and will cause pins. That way, you don't just sit there and constantly infinite. Especially, I think this is mainly because of AI. They don't want the AI to sit there forever. They want a way for you to lose the match. So, but still, a whole mechanic kind of changed because of her, in a sense. So again, I really like this Rhea. This Rhea is really, really strong. And so far to me, she's the best character in the game right now. So that's just me. That's obviously my opinion, but she's number one for this reason. She's just really good. She is broken beyond belief. So she's my number one. My number two is China Mamacita. China is really interesting, and the only reason why she actually is number two is because of a plate that she can run. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't put her this high, but because of a plate, she's really freaking strong. So let's talk about her builds. Now, I usually run triple red. I have the red submission, increase your red move, finisher, make bot shims. It does a lot. Especially with plates that I have here. I have her plate, I got the NWO plate, I got tier 6. Like, she's kitted out, right? However, this is not her best build. Her best build is this move, and this move, and then whatever you want to be your third, because she's got a few options. She can have this yellow as her third option. She can have the reversal as her third option. She can have this yellow as her third option. She can have a sub as her third option. And she can have the kick out as a third option. So she's got a lot of options, a lot of moves that can be here, but these two moves in particular are what we want. In case you don't know what they are, 7 charge black, make the center column into cross break, then deal damage, and make 35 random into blast. The low blow will make 18 random blast into multi-string 7, then deal 1,000,000 damage, and make 7 cross break yellow, blowing up the whole board. The reason why this build is so good here is the fact that not only can this be ranked, so you get 500%, or universal crossfire for 500% at either or. This is not the plate I would run anymore. I don't have the plate, so I can't fully show you it, but the plate that really makes China super freaking strong is Mr. Iguana's plate. Mr. Iguana, in case you don't know, it's whatever you make. I don't know how much cross break. I'm guessing it's like 4 cross break or 6. It's probably 6. Whenever you make 6 or more cross break, you then have increase your move dodge chance by 100% for a turn. So this means that every turn, China will blow up the board, and she will have move dodge chance constantly. Which means if you don't have a finisher or a submission, you physically can't win the match. There's a bunch of females that really won't win. There's a lot of females that their finisher on their own is not going to do anything to China anyway. So that is what makes China so strong. I don't actually know how hard she's hitting for. I presume at least 350, 400 mil, maybe higher. I don't know, but I presume at least that. So yeah, and again, if you have the right stuff, like here, Bo obviously makes this more. If you have King, or if you want to run Mosh, there's a lot of options, right? There's a lot of options, and she's a hot tag on top of this, and she gets all gem 35%. Not a lot, but 35% all gem, 35% all gem. But that's what I mean. That plate really puts her together. Is not only she's going to have relatively solid gem damage, but she's going to have safety. Safety is really good, and she does have a great link with Eddie Guerrero Light Sheet Steel, who we will eventually talk about because that man as well is very, very strong. And her gear is really good. But again, her black build doesn't need that. So it depends on what you want to do. So that's why she's my number 2. She's got a great safety. She's going to hit. She's going to probably win. My number 3 actually changed a little while ago because I saw a video from Slim that changed my mind on this character. Originally it was 4, but I made her 3 now because she hits a lot harder than I thought she was going to do. I thought she was going to do like 400 maybe, but not have any safety. It's Julia. Beautiful Madness is my number 3. Julia is also a very, very strong. However, she's strong for 2 reasons. She needs 2 things to really make her strong. One, as you can see, is her gear. Because you're all color 4, obviously all color 4 MP gears are always useful, right? So that's one. The big reason is this thing right here. Red Piper Plate. Whenever you make 4 more pyro, increase all of your gem by 100% and your red gem by 500%. Yeah, the Red Piper is what really, really makes Julia hit and do a lot of damage. This is her build. She has the 6 charge red, the 5 charge black, and her finisher. This red move is very good. Again, this is how we get the Pyro Reds out. If they're defensive, she just increases her red gem by 300%. And because she has that with the Red Piper, this does so much bonus. Like, it's a base of 1 mil. This goes up to like 11 mil unblockable and gain black MP. So this recycles itself every turn. And then she hits the fin. They'll increase her red by 300 and then choose an area swap into black and pin the opponent. This is how I run her. This is like my favorite way to run her right now. She's so good. She's so strong. From what I could tell, from what I remember in Slim's video, she's doing like 500 something, 550 around there, 500 to 550, million damage, which is really good. Good chunk of unblockable in there. Like she's strong, and on top of this, she's got a hot tag that'll increase her red gem by 150%. I'm not totally sure if that would affect that. It usually says does not affect bonus damage. So I don't think it will, but it still will definitely affect Pyro, extra 300%, whole board red Piper, just big board blow up. So, really strong card, for the most part, especially in a tag match, and especially with all that stuff. So she does require Red Piper and Gira to really get the most out of her, for her to be number 3. But it's the same thing that China needs. Mr. Iguana play, and Rhea needs the Prey in the Night play to really get going. So everyone requires something, but this is what Julia requires to really get the most out of her. And if you do have it, yeah, she becomes pretty much a whole different character than what she originally is without all this stuff. So yeah, she's really strong with this, and I highly recommend, if you have it, to try her out with it, because this build is really, really good, really fun. So just really strong, really solid. All right, number 4 is a character I do not have. Number 4 is Alexa Bliss Eternal, not Eternal Bliss, Alexa Bliss Goddess Eternal. Bliss originally was my number 3. However, after I saw Slim's video on Julia, she's doing a lot of damage, Bliss does not hit as hard as I thought she would. For the most part, don't get me wrong, she's got great links and everything, and she does have a gear, but no one really runs her this way to make yellow. Everyone usually runs her the form smash, the drop kick, and the 1 charge move that makes the whole board black. That's how people run her. Even with Bo and everything, I think even Steve Sticks and stuff, she doesn't do as much as you would think. I think she maybe does 400 mil or something like that. So not quite enough. Don't get me wrong, great links, great stuff. She's either running Steve Sticks or her own backpack plate. Trap Gem 300% Black Gem is what it'll give you for that one, and stuff like that. So it's just not quite as good as I thought it was. I will say, though, she has a moment that gives her 50% more health. I believe China does as well with the Tekken moment. But those are the only two people on this list that have moments that can give health. And obviously, if you're 7-star, 50% more health is a pretty big deal. So that is one thing. But yeah, Bliss doesn't hit quite as hard as I thought. That's why I was like, man, I thought she was better, but I made her number 4 for this reason, and put Julia a little bit higher than I thought she was. I thought Julia was going to be my number 4 and Bliss would be my 3, but we swapped it just because Bliss doesn't quite hit as hard as I thought, and it's not like it's a bad thing, but she just doesn't quite do as much as I would hope for. But still, a solid character to run, and she'll put in some work at a 7-star meta. All right, lastly, at number 5, it's going to be Liv Morgan, Cry About It. Now, some people might make the argument that Liv and Abby could swap, and that very well might be the case. However, I do prefer Liv over Abby for a few reasons, so let's get into that. One, their builds are very, very similar, except one, instead of running multis, Liv has a built-in increase, and she makes the whole board red. But because she does still make row break, she can get ×8s on the board with the plate. On top of this, she has a reversal of trap gems, and those make multis, so that's really strong. Abby does not have a reversal, but Liv does, and it's a great one with stealing traps. That's always a good thing. So I prefer Liv's version of the build a little bit more because she gets increased, and she can still have multis if she wants to, depending on plates. So that's pretty useful. Second thing is Liv is a hot tag, and she will increase her regen by 160%. So she's going to get even more buffs in attack matches and whatnot. Now, plate-wise, she is very similar to Abby. She can run this. Obviously, I would run the Hugs and Kisses plate. Kind of like Abby. And again, you could run Insatiable Hunger. I don't think I have it. No, I don't, because that would have been up there. I do not have the Death Row plate. In case you don't know what that is the 8th anniversary row break plate, which is whenever you make 8 or more row breaks, make 8 multis of strength 8. So she can get 8×8s on the board as well. So she does really good damage. Still, again, I think she's hitting harder than Abby for the most part. For the most part, I would say. She gets big board blow up. She's got a hot tag. She's got a reversal. And she's got the raw. But she's also got Judgment Day. Now, Abby has Wyatt 6, and there are still some, like, Wyatt 6 is still relatively good. Like, Bo is fantastic. Dexter's pretty good with the Purple Piper. Rowan, especially if you put Steve 6 on him, isn't bad either. But New Judgment Day has just a lot of good cards in the game. It's got Liv. It's got Roxanne, who also is hot tag, which is really, really good as well. So you can have double hot tag females. You also have Dom, who's a hot tag as well. So, and I do like Balor as he's got great setup and potential for everyone as well. So to me, Liv has just a lot more options. She's going to do more damage. She's got a reversal. She's got a hot tag. She's got all this other stuff. She is really, really good. To be honest with you, she's pretty close to Bliss, Zombie Bliss. The only difference I think Bliss, and the only advantage I think Bliss really gets is that extra health. Mainly. That extra health really buffs Bliss up a good chunk. So, but yeah, that is going to be my list. Again, to recap, our honorable mentions was Stephanie McMahon, Powerhouse PG era, Abby the Witch, Nikki Cross. Our top 5 at number 1 was Rhea Ripley. Number 2 was China, Mamacita. Number 3 was Julia, Beautiful Madness. Number 4 is Zombie Bliss. And number 5 is going to be Liv Morgan, Cry About It. Let me know your opinions, thoughts, and if you agree or disagree on anything on this list, or maybe someone I missed. So let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Again, thank you guys so much for the support of the channel, especially recently with these videos. We've been doing really, really well. We've been growing very, very quickly. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and join the dynasty. Again, we're growing very, very quickly. We've been growing really fast lately. I think mainly due to this series, but hey, I thank you guys for that support. And if you are here this long for me to say this, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.